On my travels throughout Canada, I get to meet all different kinds of people living in their vehicles. And you don't have to live in it full time in order for it to be considered van life. This guy here turned his van into a little bit of a weekend home where he can travel and enjoy some camping out there with his friends and his cat.
My name's Graham Doyle. I'm from Newmarket, Ontario. For about the last year, I've been building up my 2011 Chevy Express 2500 Extended. Feel free to have a look. So let me give you a tour of the van. Okay, so basically the big things in my life that I love the most are camping and music, and this is a vehicle to allow me to do all of that. I'm an avid musician, so when we built the closet, a friend of ours, James Sutter, built all of this cabinetry for me, and he literally built all the guitar stuff into the closet. So I have an electric guitar, an acoustic guitar. This is my amplifier. My amplifier runs off the Jackery 240, which is around the corner. This up here is going to be all electrical and stuff like that. That's probably where I'm going to, once I get solar, that's where the solar is going to go. All the stuff for the solar. What we did is we put everything in the van before we started. He said to me, bring me everything you want in your van. And he literally built the cabinets around the stuff. So right here is my water shed. This is where I keep all my water. One of the bottles is missing right now because we're still under renovation, but that's where we keep the water. This cabinet over here, this one over here is the bathroom. So we keep our poop bucket, pee bottle, all that kind of stuff in there. We got cubby holes. This is sort of where you throw everything when you don't know where to put it. This is where all the food goes, first aid kit, stuff like that. All the kitchen stuff, pots and pans, things like that. It's all in there. Obviously well organized. And down at the back, under bed storage is pretty crammed, but it's basically clothes and tools. We put in the Max Air fan. I put it at the back because I want to suck the air through the van, not just in the front. And everything runs off this little baby right here. Everything runs off this. Wonder where I got that idea, right?
Who knows?
Over on the side here, I drilled a hole here. This is for running the hoses through, but also for venting as well. When we built the cabinet doors, we wanted to make sure that air could get in to avoid moisture. So we recessed the doors right into the cabinet front, which is kind of interesting. Okay, basically for what we did, we also insulated the entire van with rock wool. I think it has a rating of like R17 or something. It's incredibly warm, but what we had to do was cut the bats of insulation to fit perfectly, and then we just used the walls and ceiling to hold it in place. I find something I use a lot in this van are these little lights that I picked up off of Amazon. They're actually solar lights, but I charge them off of a USB plug like you would use for your cell phone. They're like 20 bucks a pop, and they're like so indispensable. I have two of them because one dies, I can charge the other one. But I find they last for, 3-4 days before I have to charge them. Like, everybody comments on my paper towel holder. My high-tech paper towel holder right here. So you screw it up against the wall and it doesn't unravel while you're driving all over the place, right? So, and usually I have two of them. So when one runs out, you got another one. One of the best toys on my van is this light strip that we put in. The gentleman that built my counters and cabinets, James Sutter, put this little strip of lights underneath. It only costs like $30, and these things will react to music. There's an app on my phone that I can use to control it. If I want to change the color, I can. I can pull up a whole palette wheel like this, and I can pick whichever color I want. It has a reactive mode that I can use when music's playing, so it kind of dances to the music. Unfortunately, it's kind of stuff like this. I find it's really fantastic because when you open your cabinets, you can see what you're looking at. You know, when I'm in stealth mode, I put it on red so that the light doesn't travel as far. It's one of my favorite toys on the van is this strip light thing, and it was only like $30, you know, off of Amazon. Yeah, for the curtains, it was really simple putting them up because there were holes in the ribs. If you want to show over here, there's a hole in the rib there, and I just used like a shoelace to keep this clothing rack from sliding over. And when we built the cabinets, the ribs were exposed, so we were able to just slide it right in. Here, James built me a box for my cooler, but I find that this is actually useful for a lot of different things. One of the problems with a van is as soon as you go anywhere, you have to secure everything to keep it from sliding all over the place, right? So if the cooler's not here, I can literally just throw my groceries or whatever it is in this box, and it's secured. You don't have to strap anything down. You don't have to do any of that stuff. So these are just these are really cheap window covers. I haven't done anything fancy. All I did was take some paper towel. I mean cardboard, and cut a piece of Reflectix to fit, and then I just stuck it up with some rare earth magnets just to hold it in place. I find it's really nice to have windows when you're stuck in the van all day in the pouring rain. You can open the windows and look out. You know, natural light is nice too. So when we first got the van, I mean, it was used. When I pulled up the carpet that was originally with the van, there was some rust underneath. So I actually took an angle grinder and grinded down the entire floor of the van. It was almost like a mirror by the time I was done. Then I put down a ½ inch of pink foam board and some actual flooring on top. This piece is the top piece that looks like stone. That's all just one piece, the full length of the van. So we actually ended up using the old carpet as a template to put this in. So it's actual housing flooring, and as soon as you put the flooring in, everything is so nice and warm and cozy, and it's hard to describe. You got to put a floor in. So with the build process, basically, it was probably 4 times more work than I thought it was going to be, and a lot of things got redone over and over again. It's taken a year to get to this point, but I wanted to do it right, so I did it slowly, because really, you can live in a van without anything. I lived in a van with just an army cot strapped to the wall. You know, it's doable. So as far as the hiccups we made was, don't buy more material than you need. Only buy what you need while you're building it, because you might change your mind. I ended up buying $350 worth of foam board and scrapping it all on Kijiji because I decided to go with Rockwool. So that's one suggestion I would make, is be realistic on how much time it's going to take to build this thing. Know what you know. If you don't know how to do something, find somebody that does. Because my van wasn't just built by me. My van was built by my friends. And everyone helped me a little piece along the way. So it's something I see with a lot of new people in van life, is they expect to snap their fingers and everything's working. Be realistic. This is not easy. It's hard work, but it's worth it, and it's a passion. Basically, I was on the fence about building a van. I was sitting watching videos on YouTube, and then our friend here, Chrome, came to town. I went to a meetup in downtown Toronto, and I met one of my new best friends named Dan Ian. Dan Ian had already built a van. So, and I met him, I shook his hand, and I said, "You're my new best friend." He goes, "What do you mean you're my new best friend?" I go, "You've already done what I'm about to do. That makes you my new best friend." Next thing you know, I had a complete new circle of friends. All these people willing to help me. There's something about people in the van life community that everyone is like-minded. We all like to help each other. I'm a part-timer. I live at home part-time, but I have the facilities to work on vans, and we all get together and we work on each other's vans. And some people are better with carpentry. Some people are better with metalworking. It's just a beautiful thing, the community. I don't think I would have done it without it. Seriously. So, and you know, following your dreams. 2020 was one of the hardest years for most people I know. For me, it was the best year I've had in in decades, because I got laid off, which meant I could go follow my dreams. All right, anyway, now I got to show you the star of the show. My co-pilot Fritz is in the house, and I'm just going to bring him out here so you can meet him. Anyway, here's my buddy Fritz, my 16-year-old cat. He's just a regular tabby. Loves the van more than the house. So like, he's my traveling companion. He sits beside me on the seat while I'm driving. No problems. We have a litter box under the bed. We have food. We got water. Fantastic. I would recommend walking your cat. It really is nice. So he travels everywhere with me. Everywhere. Even to the doctor's. Like, he's always in the van. Well, thanks for coming for a tour at the farm here of our vans. And just like to thank Chrome for coming to visit. You know, we love it when he comes into town, and it's always a real pleasure to have him here. So, have a good one, guys.